can't quite get rid of. I want to talk about this stupid Buck Rogers comic. And I love whoever once owned it as a kid traced over the name Buck Rogers. I remember doing that with just a yellow notebook pad. I would put the book right under it and trace. I didn't trace over the cover, but that's what the previous owner of this book did. All right, so I'm coming into this cold. I'm just looking at it. Now, I do have a nice. They did a nice hardbound collection of maybe the first 6 Buck Rogers Gold Key Whitman books from 1980, 1982 is right here. So in that respect, I'm fairly sure that this comic run outlasted the 2 seasons of the series. I think I had this one too. I mean, now to try to explain the difference between Whitman and Gold Key is really not worth the time. They're the same. It's the same, right? And who really published it? I don't know. I'll try to. It's early. I'm going at this cold. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining at all. I'm just looking at it. You can look at it with me. There we go. I'm not sure that this is available. This is issue number 16 of the run here. I can never remember the name of this ship. It's not coming to me. I love watching the Gil Gerard Buck Rogers. I totally do. Seven Loves swimming in the comic book for sure. But a star, is this just a starfighter? That feels like that's the name of something else. But anyway, variation on the Battlestar, classic Battlestar ships. John Dykstra, I'm sure. So what are we doing here? Well, I can read it better, like in front of me. You can't. It's too small for me to look at now. We have thought balloons. Part of me misses the thought balloons quite a bit. I was raised on comics with thought balloons. We don't quite have that. Whoever B.S. Watson and Mike Roy, that is your writer and artist for this. The Sellers of Souls. Are you ready to begin these Sellers of Souls? This is a pretty busy solar system. I like that we have all these moons nearby, doing what moons do. The man to whom Buck refers to as Draco, madman, tyrant, and conqueror of 3/4 of the galaxy. Well, that is impressive. So he has his own quadrant, I'm guessing. All right. So what are we doing? What's this? This doesn't look. Is this supposed to be Buck Rogers right there? I mean, I get the Whitman Buck Rogers comic books. Some of them start off with the Buck Rogers television series storylines, but then they veer off into their own little world. So, and I'm sure Buck looks less and less like Gil Gerard and more like a 1960s Buck Rogers as we go. So a big light takes place, something gets flipped. We know it gets flipped because it says flip. It does. So much for using my pencil. And this looks like Kal-El's rocket ship right here. And we're finding some people here. Ooh, elsewhere, dusk arrives gently on planet O-L, planet O. Well, you can call your planet what you want, So kids are playing rattle, rattle, rattle. This is happening. There's some lizard people over here. Buck is captured. This is how I read comics before I knew how to read. It is, okay, what's happening here? That's the nice thing about sequential art, to create a narrative. And that's who this book is aimed at. We know this hurts because Buck says ow. Okay, now this is more like what I would expect from 1978 to 82. The big hair. And I know I shouldn't be the one talking about hair. I don't really miss my own, but this is, how do you even manage this? Okay, so anyway, Buck is talking with the lizards, doesn't like being kidnapped. Why was I kidnapped? Kidnapped? Do you claim individual importance of so great a dimension? Kidnapped. Okay, well, okay. So, typical plot of what's going on. This looks like something. Like a Grimace character, something Sesame Street. This is familiar. I don't know. But Buck is, what is Buck doing with his dinner tray? He's, it's something about, okay, well, he keeps talking to this little troll guy. Okay, and then we have the lizard people again, and he's still in the cave. And then all the lizard people are taking on the blue people. All right, okay. We're being taken. Where are the ads? I feel like the ads might have been pulled out of this if they were there to begin with. But anyway, lizard people, lizard king. I'm just guessing they put Buck and others to work. Yes. Joins the captors, hoping this will provide a means of escape. His first duty, so he's doing stuff with technology. The next morning, as distasteful as the first. All right, so Buck's Jamel has been brought to auction 4 times. So this is all a slavery story. Eek. Okay. Didn't expect that when I was opening up my Buck Rogers, but it's a sci-fi convention. You know, we see it. We see it in it with the Orions and Enterprise, and we continue. It's you know, and then a little guy. Oh, the Hulk movie with the no, that's not the Hulk movie. That's a Thor movie with Hulk in it. And that was this is what this is, arena stuff. So I don't know what they're still trying to escape, and they're having dinner. This is just a version of Spartacus. And then Buck channels the original Starbuck here and wants to play some poker. It's nice that they have cards for everyone to use. And this little guy, how? Okay, well he I guess he can teleport. This little guy, and then the card game goes on. See, this is what happens when you can't put Twiggy, right? Twinkie. That's not Twinkie. It's not. Anyway, the penis-shaped robot guy. When you don't have him in your Buck Rogers store, you have to do with like the little furry animal creature. But anyway, oh, the gas goes on. They want to knock people out. All right, there we go. We've seen that done before. And then here comes Buck through a Jeffries tube, and zap pow, pow zap, and there we are. And suddenly he finds a ship, which is nice. I didn't realize that this was a ship. This looks just like 2 rockets launching at the same time, but okay. And then we end up on planet Triton 4 as the adults prepare, and he's still doing the same thing. Spirit and will be broken. I refuse, and Buck's there with his cylinder, whatever that is, and that's it. Happily ever after. Find your favorite Whitman comic at your favorite store today.